everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes.
Welcome.
Hi. Hi, Darla.
Hello. Hi,
Awesome. Karla.
Hi.
Hi.
So you're right, Darla. It is the same color as your hat.
Yeah, I gotta look for light pink next time.
Yeah, it looked like pink. I think
It does.
Oh, it's great.
I think we have a pink, so we'll look into that.
Oh, yeah. I love my hats.
Welcome. Nice to see everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Am I allowed to say hi?
Yes, you can please unmute yourselves. Feel free to chat, ask questions. We're going to wait about 1 minute so we can make sure everybody gets here before we get started. So this is a great time.
I'm very excited for this, but I'm multitasking with bath time. So forgive me when I'm off camera. I'm very interested. I just also have to.
It's not your bath, you know.
Hey, how are you, Danielle?
How
Check
are you?
me out.
A beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
I love them. I'm obsessed.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes.
You're the best.
And I think it's really cool that we can have a Zoom and bath time at the same time, you know?
Well, I get to wear my Ekologic hats tomorrow. It's going to be wind chills in the teens here in Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
I'll have my mittens and my hat on at school tomorrow. So.
Oh, send me a picture. I would love that.
Hi, Susan.
Nothing today.
Hi, how are you?
Glasses.
Thank you. I call them my cartoon glasses.
No, they're fabulous. You are
Thank you.
so fabulous.
Thank you.
Hello, Yvette White. I see you there.
These are the cartoon glasses.
Cool.
You know, my living room looks like yours, Karla. If I was sitting in the living room, I had that painting, the tree.
Oh, Michael has
So
one.
happy. Your
Michael
first
has
one was delivery, right? I brought it to you.
I love that.
This is for you, Michael.
It's hard to hold up with the background here. The background's blocking it. There it is. There's 4 different ones, but this is the one I have out right now. They're so nice and weighty. I love them.
Oh, yay. I'm
Yeah.
so excited. Oh, good. You could be my
beautiful.
presenter.
Just have the background. It's like I hold it up. You can't see it. There we go. It disappeared.
That's so funny. It's like green screen.
I don't know how to make it go away. I don't know how I got it there. Sunset by the boat.
Better run and get. You can have an extra tree.
Hilarious.
Oh,
We
that's
just figured
great.
out all sorts of Zoom stuff while we were waiting. We could put halos and pirate hats on. We didn't know.
I was at a Zoom baby shower and somebody put lipstick on. And then when she picked
I
up
am
her-
wearing
the
Zoom
lipstick was on the
lipstick right
cup.
now.
Oh, Laura,
Charged.
Laura, you have to show your halo.
All right, I'll show my halo. Who's gonna wear it for the whole thing?
Yeah.
I love the halo.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
My favorite is when you move around, there's like a slight bounce to it.
It follows.
It does.
So we're
Yeah,
just
we're
giving
gonna get
everyone a couple minutes, you guys. We won't be chatting this whole time.
I know. I'm like, I'm watching the time. Make sure we get
Yeah.
going.
I think we could probably
What do you
get
guys think?
slowed down a little bit. People are still
Yeah, people are in. Okay, I see. Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
Well.
people are still coming
Okay.
in at a slower pace. So
Okay.
just
Great.
remember, Megan, when I mute everybody, just remember to unmute yourself, my love.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will probably mute myself at some point. I want to say also cheers everybody for being here. Welcome. We'd love for you just to take a moment and say thank you for being here. Cheers. Happy Tuesday. Woo!
Happy Tuesday.
Cheers.
Happy Tuesday.
Mm.
Oh, so cute, everybody. Thank you so much. We encourage you to keep your cameras on. We are going to mute people as we get started, but we will have time after, so you'll be unmuted. So just we'll be getting into that. Okay. We have a chat feature also in the app. We would love for you to participate there as well. So we are going to be giving presentations but we are going to be active in the chat. So make sure you're tuning in there or asking your questions there. And we'll make sure we get to them. We're going to be putting the websites in there as well. Yes. And we would love to see where everybody's from. If you want to just get started on the chat right now. Yes, we love it. We've been doing these now for a couple months, and we have been getting people international, different states. And it's just wonderful to see our customers. Thank you so much. Oh, all over. We love it. We're from all over too. This is kind of one of those special times we get to all be together. So yes.
Wow. That's so awesome. California.
Welcome. This is awesome, you guys. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna, get started now. So we're gonna mute everybody, but we're also just gonna do a little housekeeping. If there are any technical difficulties as we get into the Zoom and the party ends abruptly, we will email you a new Zoom link and post the new link as an updated link to the top of our homepage at www.artpartycentral.org. So I want to say welcome. I am Meghan Patrice Riley. I'm one of the co-founders of Art Party Central, and we're going to be hearing from 6 different artists tonight, and I have the pleasure of hosting you. So enough about me. We're going to hear from these 6 different artists. We're going to hear from Kathleen Tesnakis of Ekologic Clothing and Accessories. She just gave a wave there. Melissa Brooks and Jillian Darling from Serve Kindness. Welcome. Danielle Merzatta from Merzatta. Yes, Merzatta Jewelry and Design. Barry Gross from BG Art Forms, who is joining us shortly, I believe. Again, technical difficulties. Maureen Riley from PoshFELT. Maureen, welcome. And Karla Gudeon from Karla Gudeon Art and Design. And Karla and Ekologic, I want to make a note, are also co-founders. So we're here as, we're really excited for everyone to be here and to grow our community. So I'm going to give you a little rundown of how this party is going to run. We have 6 artists that will be giving presentations, where I'm going to ask them 1 or 2 questions that have been submitted previously, but we are asking for you to keep up with the chat. So if you have questions in there, we will try to get them. If not during the presentations, afterwards, we're going to have some more free time to try on things and get some of those questions answered. We are also at the end of the party having a raffle of one $50 gift certificate for each artist's website. That's 6 chances to win just for hanging out with us today. And you do have to be present to win. So we do ask that you stick around to the end of the party. We will also be giving you, everybody that attends, a special discount code at the end of the party, which is good for all 6 of the artists' websites. So you win no matter what. And at the end of the party, we'll be opening up again for chatting, asking more questions, learning. We can try things on for you. We would just love to communicate more. Okay, so let's get to the fun stuff. Our first artist up is Kathleen Tesnakis of Ekologic.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. So nice to see all of you here tonight. For those that you have never met me before, I'm Kathleen Tesnakis, the owner and designer of Ekologic. And Ekologic is a recycling design studio in Troy, New York. And what I mean by that is I actually make all of the pieces that you see here by recycling old cashmere sweaters, which I wash and lovingly transform into fabric, and then hand cut and collage that fabric like paintings into my original designs. I do everything from sweaters that both men and women love to wear, and also a more dedicated women's line. Everything I make is all hand cut. And as I said, I tend to make things as a painter, and I'm going to show you why. If I just push my mannequin out of the way here, this is my material shelf. These are all the sweaters that I have recycled and washed and deconstructed to create these beautiful pieces of fabrics that I'm going to be using as paint. Apparently purple is my color today. But if you notice, these are all very, very different pieces. So when I make a collage and a new piece of work, I don't have the choice to repeat ever, or sometimes I only have a tiny little bit of color that I want. So I really have to think outside of the box and be super creative in the way that I blend and collage my work to create my pieces. Recycling cashmere, of course, is a great passion for me. The reason I began recycling the wools is because wools are naturally antimicrobial. They're also called a third generation fiber, meaning that it has such integrity as a material that it gets passed down in families. And my philosophy was, well, if I'm going to be recycling, I want to make sure that the time and the effort that it takes is going to create an heirloom piece. I wanted to upcycle, not just recycle. So actually elevate the work. I also, when I first started, I started with hats and mittens. And my hats and mittens are some of the most loved items that we make. They get passed down in families, stolen by lovers. There's all kinds of crazy stories with our fun hats. But this is the beehive design. It's one of my favorite. It can be worn by both men and women. It's super, super warm, but the best part of these cashmeres is that they fit in a pocket, so they're not easily lost. The other aspect is that cashmere is super light. So when you wear like a piece like I have on today, I'm wearing the cocoa sweater, your body never feels heavy. You feel very free and comfortable, and it's such a delight to wear. Another item that I want to show you is my fingerless mittens. In my studio, I am dedicated to being zero waste. So what that means is I save every little bit and scrap and use that as inspiration to make new designs. You can see those tiny little bits on my mittens. My mittens are really kind of special. They have a hidden pocket inside, so it's actually a full mitten, but when you do want to use your fingers to, unbutton a coat, get your keys, or pick vegetables at the market, you just scrunch down like this. You can even switch hands if you want different colors, so they're really fun. But then just tuck back inside that little pocket that you see, and you are toasty, toasty warm. These are really great for just keeping you comfortable during the winter months that we are coming up to. Anyway, that's a little bit about the studio here. I am very happy to do appointments, and we have so many wonderful pieces on the web. I hope you get a chance to see it.
Oh, Kathleen, I love it. Oh, you have so many special pieces, and I know you have a ton of mittens up. I was stalking the website recently. Because each piece is so unique and one of a kind. To be able to have that range on your website is awesome. I do have some questions for you. I want to make sure we get to those. So the first question that came in is, do you have a favorite Ekologic item that you can't live without?
Oh, yes. Well, I have a lot of favorite Ekologic items, but if I have to choose one, and I'm really trying hard because, I love my mittens, I love my hats. Wow. Well, you'll get like me one day, hopefully. I absolutely love the butterfly sweater. It is one of the staples. I actually have 3 of them. So you can see I can get a bit obsessive, but what's wonderful is that you can wear them really dressed up or casual. It's just as good with jeans or over a party dress. Just a really, really fun piece, and it's great with a belt. I have it here with one of my skirts, which is another absolute favorite piece of mine, which is super comfortable and flexible. This is actually, the skirt is one of my all-time winter staples. I just put my tights on, my boots on, and I am such a fan of cashmere. I wouldn't even think about leaving the house without one of my pieces.
Well, you're a good ambassador of your work as well. I want just a quick note on that skirt. Tell everybody what it's made out of, because it is super cool.
Yes. Well, in the studio, I started to have too many waistbands that I was taking off of the sweaters I recycle. And so this skirt was created utilizing all of those crazy waistbands. So
I love it. And all the seaming makes it almost have more connectivity, so it flows with your body better, which is wonderfully ergonomic.
Yes.
Okay, one last question that came in really quick. Can cashmere be worn in the rain or snow?
Oh, absolutely. I always tell people, cashmere comes from a goat on a mountaintop, so do not be scared of it. It is an absolutely phenomenal material. When the rain starts, it'll cover the top layer of the piece, but inside will always stay warm. And they say that wool will really save your life in a difficult situation, like where you're completely drenched. You can wring out the hat, put it back on your head. The inner layer will stay, keep its ability to protect you because the outer layer swells and keeps it away. So,
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome.
Rain, snow, they're really meant
Just
to
like, yeah, like the pelt on an animal that protects them. I love that.
Exactly.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Kathleen, so much for sharing with us. We're on to our next artist. Our next artists, plural, are Jillian Darling and Melissa Brooks of Serve Kindness. Thank you. Welcome.
Hi, we're so excited to be here. I'm Jillian.
I'm Melissa.
And we are celebrating our 3-year anniversary. So we're super excited. Cheers, Melissa.
Cheers.
Melissa and I have been friends for many, many, many years. We raised our kids together, and we really share a love of travel, of nature, of food, of art. And we knew we wanted to do a project together that really combined our interests and our passions. And one of our core values has always been kindness. So we taught our kids how important it is to be kind. And we want to promote kindness in the world. So we started Serve Kindness. And one of the special things that we do as part of that mission is we give back with every purchase of our hand-blown glass bowls. So we chose to design a bowl because a bowl is really a symbol of community, of family, and you can really easily serve kindness in it. So these bowls are all hand-blown glass. They have between 3 and 5 different layers. There's a brilliant white exterior and a really vibrant color interior. We have over 22 different really super delicious colors, and we have 3 different sizes. So this is the large. It's great for a salad or for fruit. This is the medium size. It's great for a side dish of rice or for ice cream in my case. The small is probably our all-time, most popular because it's great for nuts and dips and just about everything. Together, they make a beautiful nested set, and one of our customers really loves to give like this blue nested set as a wedding gift. But one of the funnest things that we do with our customers is we really curate sets of colors for them, for their home or as a gift. So for example, here's a beautiful set with a leaf and a hyacinth and an orange that people love, and we're happy to do a Zoom call or a FaceTime and curate the colors for you because it's one of the funnest things that we do. Our trays, we have these beautiful wood trays that are great for holding our small bowls for taco night or for Mediterranean night. This one has 3 bowls from our jewel collection in an amethyst and a gold and a ruby color. If you're big entertaining, you have a big table. We also have this sort of spectacular 5-hole tray that you can fill with any color bowls that you like. This one has bowls from our pastel collection. Some people call it the millennial palette, but I'm not a millennial, so I don't really know what that is. And then finally, like tonight for us, we've got our popcorn and our almonds and our 2-holer. So we really love our bowls. We really wanted something simple and modern, and as simple and modern as is, it's actually pretty complex to make. But I want to tell you a little bit about what really makes Serve Kindness really create ripples of kindness. We donate 10% of every purchase to a charitable organization. We partner with charities, everything from like the Ellie Fund that supports women going through breast cancer treatment, to the Food Project, which does sustainable agriculture and youth empowerment, the Second Step, which really supports survivors of domestic abuse. There's a whole list of the organizations that we support on our website on the charities page. And every time that someone buys from us, we package it. So we package the bowl with a card about serve kindness, but also it says that 10% of the purchase went to the charity that the customer actually gets to choose at checkout. So when a customer checks out on our website, there's a little drop-down menu saying, where would you like that 10% to go? And so we include the card and a little bit about the charity in the packaging as well. So we love what we're doing. And what's really exciting is over the last 3 years, we've been able to donate over $22,000 to these charities. So it's one of the best projects I've ever done in my life, particularly with a friend of mine. And it brings so much joy to us and to others. So happy to be here.
Wow. I mean, I have to say congratulations to you too. I feel like a little another mini 3-year anniversary toast. Yeah, this is huge, you guys. And $22,000, that is not shabby. Congratulations on many fronts. And thank you so much for sharing. I do have questions for you as usual. I love all the colors too. It's so fun to see the different uses. I know we talked a little bit about not just food, but for decorating. Oh, that is so elegant. Yeah.
We can do a centerpiece and float some candles, and I have berries in there, but we do flowers or whatever.
I can see people just putting them up for display, like how you even have them there, and then nesting them and having them displayed on tables as well, with many options. Okay, a couple questions just to make sure we get some technical things. Can you tell us a little bit about how the bowls are made? I really like that how you're working to fabricate them.
So Jillian and I designed them, and our master glass blower is the head of the 3D department of the Mass College of Art in Boston. We're a outside of Boston-based company, and he employs graduates of the Mass College of Art glass program. So it takes 4 people to blow this large bowl, and they work on benches of 2 people per bench. The small and the medium takes 2 people to blow, and it's a very involved sport, so to speak. And this is these are overlay techniques.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. How cool to work with young people too, and be a job creator. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know we had some questions about care in the chat as well that came up, just a little bit about how they're more hand wash, in particular this particular glass.
Yeah, so this is a care card that has the information about the care and feeding of the bowls, and they are hand wash, but they're very easy to clean, and they're food safe and can be used for all the things we've already discussed, in particular food.
Yeah, I love it. Oh yeah, so I love that you're thinking about service and blending that with food, which is such a great basic need, which leads to my last question. Can you tell us a little bit about how you choose the charities that you work with, and do those change? I love that you bring this card in, so you're spreading awareness about all of them is on top of what you're doing.
Yeah, so that's very important to us, is not only to raise money for them, but also spread awareness about the work that they do. Most of the organizations that we do business with are grassroots. Initially, Jillian and I chose ones that we knew of or worked with personally. And then over time, it's been incredible morphing. A number of our customers have suggested organizations that they work with, and then we've come to partner with. For instance, the new one is the Ellie Fund, which is for caring for women who have breast cancer. So it's a nice mix of everybody's interests, and it's hard to know about all the grassroots. Yeah. And it's a great way to learn about them. A
grassroots approach to choosing as well, by asking your community. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you. It was a pleasure. Thanks you guys so much.
Nice to be here.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yay. Okay, we're on to our next artist. We're going to be speaking with Danielle Merzatta. Danielle, welcome.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me. My name's Danielle Merzatta. My husband and I have a small jewelry line, and we began 10 years ago with a piece of sea fan coral like this. We were working on an architecture project in the Grenadines, and a piece of coral like this washed up on the beach. And when we came home in the last recession, we broke off a piece and cast it into sterling silver. And this shape and this necklace has been part of our core collection for that entire time. So the necklace I'm wearing here is an example of how we might take a natural form and then using molds, be able to repeat that form into larger pieces of jewelry. So we spend a lot of time accidentally bumping into materials like this and then collecting them. Like maybe you're those people that pick up beach rocks and you have a table full of pine cones and you don't know why you collected that air plant and there was this cool seed pod that you couldn't let go. So we're like deep collectors of all of those things and have lots of bowls like this around. And then some of our very favorite organic forms we've begun to take into the work. So this is the piece of a bark from a palm tree that we found. And this piece cast looks like that into sterling. Can you see the relationship between those two shapes? So
yeah, those look great. You can see it really well.
Okay, it's hard to know.
Yeah.
Like
I will give you feedback. Yes, I'm a jewelry lover, so I'm gonna tell you. Yeah.
So a piece like that looks like that on, or you can wear it that way. That's called the palm wing cuff. And then another way to see that same shape is this cuff here. So this is a hinge cuff, also made in palm. And this is when something is like maybe gendered toward male, we tend to use the word rodeo. So this is a rodeo size of a piece like this, where the smaller scale of it, I don't know where I put it, would be like maybe more of a lady's size. This is a really complicated build made out of the same textures, but adding a whole bunch of one-of-a-kind stones. And this is a double layer thing. This is all hand-cut pave. Has a great snap. And then we might also take like a single piece of the pine cone and make a tiny stud earring, or I'm sorry, the palm bark. So each time we find an organic material we really love, and maybe you could drop into the chat, merzatta.com/collections. And that's the page that brings you to all the different natural materials we work with. So on the off chance that you have a particular affinity for a sweet gum, one of these, then you can look at all the work that's made out of that, or all the work that's made out of that. Or you can sort things online by earrings or by bracelets or whatever. Here's another example of something that's made out of the bark of a palm tree. But that highlights just a simple cabochon landscape jasper stone. So the collection's really wide. Like each time we really fall in love with an organic material, we go deep. Can we find a tiny stud earring in it? Maybe even a second hole, really, really tiny stud. Can we find a unit within that begins to build and iterate into a chain? So this is a piece of cedar, for example, actually that was collected. There's somebody on here, an old friend from Oregon. And so this is from Silverton, Oregon. This is deerhorn cedar. And so this piece over time became this reticulated chain.
Ooh, I love the reticulation of the chain. I like each one of those elements you guys cast and then do an engineering.
Yeah, so this is, if you were kind of x-rayed this, you'd see right through that thin part there, right here, almost like a bicycle. This is a 3-part hinge. So this cedar branch splits here, and then the next piece comes through. They're all drilled through. Then there's a pin that goes through them, soldered on the top and the bottom. And then once those solder joints are like perfect, but don't in any way affect the middle, then we recarve the pattern back in so that you don't ever like think about the engineering. Like I want to make work that's like exceptionally crafted and really well done, but I don't ever want you to think about that once you're wearing it. I just want you to like feel super beautiful and kind of like a rock star in this like pinecone loving way. So that's kind of the goal of the work.
I love that. I think that explains it perfectly. I think those cuffs are such rock star cuffs.
Thank you.
Can you show us a little bit or try some more on? Because I think it's fun to see. And then I totally want to hear about your earrings
this year. Like, what are my like great empowerment pieces? 2020 is such a bear, no matter what, moment you're in. And so even our really thin cuffs, so this is like a, a stackable cuff that you could wear with other things. This is made of pine, but it's still kind of badass, it's like the whole thing.
I think that'd be great blend. I think you could stack that with a lot of different things also. And we have to talk about your earrings because they're fantastic and I love them. And yes, I will not forget. I love materials, and these are so materials.
So this is a sweet gum fruit, and this piece, if you slice it like that, I think I have something here. So this piece sliced up like a tomato looks like that.
Ooh, the cross section. Cool.
Yeah, and so then if you cut out sort of a tear shape out of that, that becomes this. And this is called the mica strawberry earring because the back looks like that.
Which is basically you're creating a structure that's
Yep.
a framework, but it's also beautiful.
I could probably take it out. Maybe that's better. So that's sort of the complication there. And then the way this is constructed is actually kind of awesome. So this is a piece of mica. And then we take that rock. We wanted to make something that was super fun, lightweight, dancey, but also made of stone and metal. So when we make big things out of metal, they tend to be like this morel mushroom cuff, really heavy. But I wanted to participate in like the fun earring game without losing customers and ability and time, meaning like you can't wear a heavy earring for 10 hours. Maybe you could wear it for 2. Mica was sort of our answer to that. So this is a rock that we were able to split into sheets, and then you can cut it with scissors. And this is actually held together with monofilament.
Mm-hmm.
Heat it up on the sides.
Oh, and it has such movement and danciness. I love it. And that it has almost an opalescence or iridescence with the material that catches the light really nice.
Yeah, here's another one in that collection.
Ooh.
This is a 18 karat and green mica. You can really see the difference maybe against the light of those 2 colors. And this is a neutral mica unoxidized sterling.
That's awesome to really, I love seeing the difference. We posted those, the neutral ones with the oxidized, and it's nice to see that you really see the color differentiation. That's great.
Yeah, super different. And I loved how the green mica goes with the 18 karat.
Mm-hmm,
Are there any other questions in the chat?
There are some questions in the chat.
What's going on over there?
We are, shout out everybody. I'm looking. Okay. Our favorite piece in the collection right now?
My favorite piece?
Yeah.
Oof. So today I'm like leaning deep into like a sort of less complicated core work. And this is a ring I super love. It's actually also made out of the sweet gum ball, that spiky ball I showed you that I put down and already lost. The sides are made out of the slices and the top is a carving from the middle. And it's just an amazing ring. We've made a lot of this ring. I've probably made, I don't know, 30 of them over the last 10 years. But I think it's fabulous. And there's something about like, we're about to hit our 10th anniversary and about like looking into where we've been and like what do we want to pull out of that and keep on forever, and what do I want you to believe in as like the core of Merzatta and what's going to stay with us, what's held the test of time in terms of what our classics are. And it sounds like it feels a little weird to even step into the like, yeah, no, these are my classic pieces, but you know, that's kind of where we're at. And so some of these like little pieces, like that first C-fan pendant, which is the first piece of jewelry my husband and I ever made together. There's something that is just as great about it now as when we made it the first time. I
love that. And I want you to really briefly talk about how you also have a gallery. And so,
I'm so sorry.
Part of today, when you get our coupon code, you get to shop Danielle's gallery with this.
So last year we opened a store in Morristown, New Jersey, which is the town I grew up in. And we did that because it had 10-foot ceilings and it became available. I'm like, how are you going to do that? But there are lots of other artists here. So on my site, you'll see a bunch of other people. Maybe there are 6 other artists and there will only be more added as we get through holiday. So today, when you get that coupon code, you get 10% off Merzatta, but you also get a bunch of other people that are not yet on the site, that are coming to the site. The more art parties you come to that we're at, the better. And I hope you like it.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, that mug wall, I'm very excited. Okay, thank you so much for sharing, Danielle, this little snippet into your world. We're on to our next artist. I love it. I am looking for Barry. I'm not sure he's here yet. Okay, he might not be here yet. So we're gonna go on to the next artist, Maureen Riley of PoshFELT. Thank you, sweetie. Hi, make sure you're unmuted, honey.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Jamestown, Rhode Island. I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks for joining us today. We're in my studio, and I'm here to showcase a few of my new bags. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about how I started PoshFELT. About 10 years ago, I bought 3 yards of this fabulous hot pink, lime green, and bright purple fabric. And it sat in my studio when I was living in Bangor, Maine. Believe it or not, I went to Bangor, Maine for years. And then all of a sudden one day, I'm like, oh my gosh, I know what I'm going to do with this. I started making handbags. And then, you know, life happened and I had to stop sewing. I moved a couple of times and then I found myself here in Jamestown, where I decided to start my company, PoshFELT. And it's evolved. I'm celebrating my 5th year anniversary. I was hoping 2020 was going to be like a hurrah year, but things change, you know, so you just got to roll with it. So in light of a bad situation, I decided instead of giving up, I was going to keep going. I was going to, you know, show canceled, one show canceled and another one and another one. And I decided not to sit and dwell in self-pity. And I decided to start designing again. And with that came some new fabric. I found and fell in love with vegan leather. So the collection right behind me is what evolved from that. I went through a whole process. I think of a design, I make the pattern, I sew it up, and then I start test driving it. I take it out for walks. I go to the grocery store, I go for drives, I go walk on the beach, I drop it, I throw it, I make sure it works. And then it goes through a transformation. There's certain things I didn't like about it and I wanted to change and make it more comfortable and accessible for what I needed. I needed my mask. Who knew I needed a mask? But I did in 2020. And I needed a place for my cell phone and I needed my bag to be really hands off. I didn't want to touch anything because of the coronavirus. So hence, this is what evolved. This is the small bucket bag in my Posh Vegan collection. I hope you can see that there's a detached, semi-detached pocket where you open it up and it fits your mask and a small bottle of sanitizer. And in the back, this is my signature cell phone pocket. It's got the silver edge detail to it. And the last transformation of this bag, I decided to add a clasp. And it wasn't thought about in the beginning. I bought these clasps about 3 years ago, and I knew one day I was going to use it. And then at 2 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know where I'm going to put that clasp. So hence, the small bucket bag is now in production and I absolutely love it. So when I say I test drive my bag, I really do. And the most important thing for me to do is to take it out and put it in every single scenario possible. And my favorite scenario is to going out to dinner and sit. I love to sit at the bar and have a drink. And if the bag sits at the bar and holds its shape and draws attention, then I'm on the right path. And that happened when I was visiting my mom in New Jersey just a couple of months ago. So I did want to mention that the strap is adjustable. It's 54 inches long, but if you, I made it so you can pull it and there's just a slip knot, a tiny knot, but once again, my silver hardware covers the end. You can just shorten it, put a little knot in there, and then pull the strap, tuck it in, and voila, you've got a shorter strap. So it's really versatile. It's super light. All my bags, I'm very proud to mention, in particular is 5.5 ounces. So super lightweight, and you're really only carrying the weight of your items inside. So I did it just, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, Maureen, I love that. I love when you open it that it expands so much.
Oh, that's the clasp. And the mechanism, I always think of functionality when I design a bag. So I like to see the contents. I like to make sure my wallet's in there. I want to make sure that my glasses are there and I didn't forget anything. So it opens all the way up so you can see everything that's inside. So when I do go out with this bag, and I've been carrying it for months now, I carry my credit card holder, obviously my cell phone, my mask, my sanitizer, eyeglass case, my earbud case, anything, my makeup. So it's really, it's small, but it really holds a lot, packs a lot of punch, and it's really easy to clean.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this. It's got a tiny sheen to it. Not, hot pink sheen, bright, disco sheen, but little sheen, super soft, and it's got a little texture to it. But I've actually accidentally had a marker, not a marker, but a pen, mark on it. And I just took a cloth and I wiped it right off. So it was really easy to clean. And these days you kind of need to stay, your things need to be cleaned more than normal.
Yeah, I love all that. I love how much you can fit in it. It's like the perfect run around.
Yeah, my dress is sporting it. You could dress it up, dress it down. It's like a really perfect size. And it fits on your hip really nicely.
And you have so many cute colors too. So you have 7 colors. Am I guessing right?
Colors. I'm super excited. And that will grow whenever I introduce a whole new collection. And I'm super excited because
I want to see, okay, I'm breaking in because I want to make sure we see some other pieces as well, because I love this bag, but these neck pieces that I see here.
The I-cord. Yes. So this is my, when I'm not sewing, I knit, and I love to knit. It gets me out of the studio. I can knit everywhere. And one day I just designed this scarf, and I've been making it for 5 years because everyone just loves it. And I do too. In the winter months, I wear mine all the time. So my dress form, Doris, I call her, is wearing it as a dramatic necklace. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Show us how.
Do is wrap it around your neck twice and then just adjust it. And you change the whole look of your outfit. Really, you can dress it up, you can dress it down.
And colorful.
New England, so I do wear mine often as a cowl. Keeps me really nice and warm. But the nice thing is these are knit in acrylic yarn. So you could throw it in the washing machine. I put mine on gentle cycle in a lingerie bag, and then when I hang it up on my doorknob to dry. Super easy.
Cool. So fun. Such a fun. I love you have these wonderful pops of color. I see that also. Just really quick, can we see the felt bag over there?
Sure, that's my signature bag.
Yes,
right here. So it comes in 3 colors. This is granite. We have charcoal and anthracite, and it's made out of 3mm felt, which is super easy to clean. It's got an outside pocket with the edge detail. And what's really cool about this bag, so the straps come off. So all you have to do is unsnap the strap. And then I have additional colors on the website. This is going to match my outfit better. I normally love the hot pink and the orange.
I love that you can switch it out. How cute is it to be able to have change your pops of color to match your accessories?
And these straps are marine grade snaps. I mean, these snaps. So the straps are not going to come undone. And voila. Got a whole new look.
It's nice to have the blend. You have really good neutrals in the felt. You have anthracite and charcoals and grays, but then you have these pops of color and use a lot of very contemporary elements.
And it's subtle, but it's fun. So you can go with the hot pink or the orange, or you could go neutral with black or a darker gray. But I'm all about details. So these have the feet on the bottom, the edge protector on both pockets, the outside as well as the inside.
Yeah, your attention to all the little hardware details are so consistent all throughout. I noticed you don't use zippers as well, so that's a design choice.
It is a design choice. I'm really inspired by vintage bags from the 40s and 50s, and they always had these wonderful clasps, and very technical, some of them. So I find when I find a clasp, I know I need to make a bag with a different closure.
Oh, awesome. I love that all worked out so beautifully for this new vegan leather bag. Thank you so much, Maureen, for sharing.
I'm thrilled to be here. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're going on to our next artist. We will have time to try on more things at the end, so just keep your comments coming. We're going to go on to Karla Gudeon of Karla Gudeon Art and Design. Karla.
Hey everyone, that's who I am, Karla from Karla Gudeon Art and Design, one of the founding members of Art Party Central, and super proud and happy to be here wearing my Merzatta jewelry. And what I do is art, and I believe, especially at these times, art is something that fuels us, it pushes us forward, it's something to wake up to that brings you joy, and it's something that's very personal too. And it's my joy to create it. Gave up a teaching career about 20 years ago when I had too many children in my life, my own plus the students, and went back to my art and picked up something called hand-colored engraving, which is, I had gone to art school, but I taught myself the engraving, and every piece of mine starts with a metal plate. And I'm hoping you can see that. And that's my little Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I got a thank you note from her a year and a half ago. And each one, the lines are carved into the plate. So unlike printmaking, where you roll ink and stamp down, in my work, the ink has to fill inside the lines. Then you wipe the surface and pull it through a press and you make a print. And that's how I get multiples. And one of my favorite parts of my work is this space where the metal, the embossment that you could see, where the mark of something handmade, where the metal actually pushed into the paper. Once I have my outline, I go in with watercolors, and even the dark solid opaques are all watercolor, and paint every piece by hand. So I am giving some love back to my customers in the way of work made by hand. And some people question even the big ones behind me, and the answer is yes. So I'm just going to show you also an example of a much larger plate. So this is a plate that would make one of my large scale, room makers kind of piece. And I even like this in the black and white on the metal as much as I like it once I go in and paint. I work in collections and series and themes. You'll see a tree of life behind me and hamsas, which are symbols of protection. I have a very extensive, strong women collection. But today I wanted to focus on something else. When I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to everybody about today, I was thinking about how I've been feeling the past few weeks and how many times I've caught myself when I realize I'm holding my breath, that everything has kept me kind of on edge, whether it's, the political climate or what's going on with the pandemic. And it's this sense of relief I realize when I look at beautiful art. When I look at something beautiful, all of a sudden I'm like, what feels different? And I realize that I'm taking these deep breaths. And when I look back into my collection, I realize that this is something, consciously, unconsciously, I've been aware of as I design, and that I have so many pieces that fit into this category. So the most obvious is part of my Little Ones collection, which was the same collection the RBG is a part of. And this is a hand-painted piece called Breathe. And one of my favorite parts is I'm a rounder woman, so I like my rounder butt on this little Breathe elephant. It makes me very happy. And then other pieces that are a little larger that figure into the collection are something called Shinkole, where I work into my work with a paper that's made in Thailand. It's a Thai Unrio paper, and all these little striads are from the natural, the Thai handmade rice paper that I incorporate into the print before I go back and hand color. Another piece that reminds me to breathe in that same collection is this tree called Stillness. There's tons in the Little Ones that fit into that same idea of breathing and of honoring your space and honoring yourself and others. So this is one of my favorites. The light in me honors the light in you. I have Namaste. I have Inner Peace. And just, they're not all elephants. I have things like Hate Has No Home. And I also have a small hamsa in the collection. And what my favorite thing about a hamsa is it crosses cultural divides. It's in Islam, it's in Judaism, it's in Christianity, and it always means you're protected. So it's one of these things that I think remind us that we all have things in common. And Megan,
Oh,
do you have any
Karla.
questions for me?
Yes, I do have questions for you after I drop my paper with my questions on it. I have to say, I love the stillness tree. I've seen this now only a couple times, and it really strikes me, and you've really captured what you're trying to evoke, and I appreciate that.
Thanks, Megan. I think especially for us as women and as artisans, like
Yeah.
we sometimes don't grab that space. And sometimes I think I create these as reminders for myself as much as anyone else.
Yeah. And you're conveying that so beautifully, even in the video, which does not even capture the texture of the paper, but I can feel that. I love that. Okay. But let me get to some questions. Do you have any great suggestions for holiday gifts?
Yeah.
I know you.
Absolutely. So back to that Little Ones collection, there's always something in there. One that I didn't show a second ago that I think is beautiful, is called When One Door Closes, Another Door Opens. And as an oversharer telling a group of like 60 strangers from someone who downsized her house and husband in 32 years, this piece I needed for myself, but I find so many people relate to this, whether it's for happy occasions in their life or sad, but this is a great holiday gift for somebody that needs some strength. Or also this little one called One in a Million. Again, playing on that same idea.
So do you do the little, because I love the little ones, and I own the RBG one, and it is one of my favorites. I look at it every day. Do you do the little ones in different frames? Do you offer it? Because those are,
I do. I have this, this comes in a mahogany. So it's like a darker kind of hipper version, and as well as a white. And then they're all available in what I call the signature, like the more, modern, sophisticated kind of framing as well. But I like the charm of the ones with the hook, but I want to accommodate everyone. So I do this framing.
Oh, so fun.
Other holiday gifts that are great are my coaster sets. They're Italian marble. They come in really pretty gift box sets of 4. This is my 4 seasons. I have 4 hamses in various colors, cork on the back so they won't scratch your surface. Of course, because we were doing Breathe, we have the set that includes Breathe and Namaste. And I also have a set of 4 strong women that includes Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Frida Kahlo, Michelle Obama, and Dolly Parton, because they're my inspirations. Singles of Lizzo and Greta Thunberg, and more to come, because this is a new age and we got to add the rest of our girls.
Suggestions
welcome. Jill Biden, AOC.
AOC, Kamala. I feel like
they're all coming. They're all coming.
How many cute contests can you run about this?
And I have to say, I did not know I could draw a single portrait till I did these. That was just not my thing.
Well, you have definitely proven us otherwise. Okay. Just a snippet, but Karla, thank you so much for sharing. We are on to our next and final artist. We are on to Barry Gross. Barry, thank you. Welcome. And make sure you're unmuted, sweetie. You're unmuted. Perfect.
There you go. Okay, sorry about that. Well, we had a little technical difficulty, but we're here finally. Anyway, I want to, good evening. Thank you for, coming to the art party with all of us. And my specialty are pens. I've been doing it for about 25 years. And I started out as a sales manager for a medical company, and I did this on the side just as kind of a hobby. And it grew and it grew. And next thing I know, I'm writing books and giving lectures, and I'm going all over the country with it. I now teach with the woodworking schools. I teach at Aramont School of Arts and Crafts, Peters Valley, and a number of other institutions as well. And I demonstrate with the woodworking shows all over the country. And it's kind of fun to meet all these different people, teach them how to make a pen. Because the first thing when you show someone that you made a pen, they say, "You made that?" It's like, yeah, I can make that. It's like a left-handed compliment, but it works. But so what do you use a pen for? I mean, everybody says, "Oh, gee, I've got my smartphone and I don't need a pen." Well, you still need a pen every now and then to write things down with. And it's nice, especially, if you're in the corporate world or if you're in an executive position, to pull out a nice pen. And these are really nice pens. I use a lot of recycled materials, and I'm going to show you that in a couple minutes. I have over 200 different styles. I have about 900 different pens. in total. So if you can't find a pen on the site, I don't know about it, but you will. You know, and the other thing is more and more people are journaling now. They like to write with a fountain pen as well. I do a show at Grand Central Terminal, the holiday show, which is obviously not this year. But when I did do it, you know, I'd have about 40 to 50% of the people would come by and they would want a fountain pen. So, you know, fountain pen are making a resurgence on this. So, but what I do with them, I make them with a whole bunch of different things: recycled materials, watch parts, whiskey barrels, wine barrels, cigar leaves, surgical knives, abalone shells, all that different stuff. So what I want to do is I want to zoom in a little bit on this and switch over so you can see it, okay, and zoom in a little bit. And these are some of my signature pieces, the watch parts. And what I'll do is I'll take a real dial like a Rolex, and let me pull back just a little bit, like a Rolex like this. I'll use a real dial on it, and then I'll take the parts from you know, old watches that I get at you know, flea markets and places like that, and take them and put them in there. Here's Mickey Mouse. Here's one that is circuit boards. And, you know, everybody says, well, how do you refill it? You know, it's not disposable. Well, you just take it out, take this little guy out, okay? And then you can get those at Office Max, Staples, anywhere like that. Screw it back in, and, you know, it works. So the refills you can get just about anywhere. I use, this is a playing card that I took, and with watch gears on the bottom. This is a very expensive watch. It's a Frank Muller. And what I've done with it is I've taken it, and this is crazy hours. It's not like your normal 12 is up there and your 6 is down there. You've got 6 over here, you've got 2 over here, you've got 7 there. So this is one of his really, you know, strange pieces. These are abalone shells. I take abalone shells, crush them up, and then glue the pieces on one at a time. And then I've got over here, I can show you, this is a Stars and Stripes pen. All of those stars are put in by hand, one at a time. All 13 stripes are as well. It's cut with a laser. They come in a gift box like that. I do the same thing for, you know, these are cat lovers. I've got little cats and mice on this, and in a paw pot, in a paw box. If you're into Game of Thrones, we've got, you know, dragon scales with a dragon box. Here's your dog up here. I can't leave out the dog lovers. For doctors, I have the same thing for nurses. We've got another one for trains up here. This is a playing card that's the train, and then the watch parts and gears are down there. And what we've done with the tracks are pieces of copper wire, and we've made them into like little tracks like that. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then over here, this is one of my surgical knives. So I told you I use a lot of weird things, and there's the actual surgical knife. Okay, it's an 11 blade. That's a 15 blade. There's an 11 blade, and then we've got the suture and the needle over there, and it comes in the caduceus box as well. So we've offer a whole lot of different, you know, pens that you can get with this. I have my latest creation is the USS New Jersey. We've taken the actual teak deck and the pieces from it and made it into a pen with that. My cigar ones are always really kind of cool. What I did with this is made it look like the ash is on the front of it, and then this will just screw into the back like that, and it comes in the box. The band matches the box that it came from. And then I do it another way as well, where I take actual tobacco leaves, wrap it around the pen tube, and then put the label over top, and then put it in a box that's a cigar box like that. So there's all these different pens for all kinds of different people that enjoy writing with a pen. And how we make them is I'll take for the cigar one, we'll take an actual tobacco leaf, I'll wrap it around the tube, and then I'll pour it in a mold like this and then put acrylic over it. And then it comes out looking like this. And then I take this, put it on a lathe, and turn it. So that's how we make them. So I know you've got questions for me.
I do. I'm here for you.
I know you're here for me.
I am.
That's why I love you. That's why I love you.
Thank you so much, Mary, for being here. You always bring it. I always love the watch parts. That's my favorite.
That's my favorite too.
Okay,
And
because that's my first question. What's your personal favorite?
I use the watch parts. I made the watch parts probably about 20, 25 years ago. I made it for the gentleman that owns International Watch Magazine. He asked me to make him a watch pen. And I asked him, what's a watch pen? He says, I don't know, you're clever, you'll figure it out. And so this is what we came up with, taking the old watches and putting it on there. And we copyrighted that, as well as we copyrighted the cigar leaves and the circuit boards and a number of other pens too. But that's my personal favorite.
I love that. I think, me too. I love watch parts. I love that you individually place everything. So something like that, this is a question that all artists get asked. That's not our favorite question, but how long does something like that take?
That one is probably about 6 to 8 hours. By the time I get finished gluing all the pieces on, I'll sit down on a Sunday, I'll watch a football game, and I'll just start gluing pieces on. And by the end of the game, I'll have most of it done. And then by the time the second game rolls around, I'll have it completely done. So I'll have all the pieces glued on, put it that way. Then it takes that time. I put it in the mold, and then over 3 days, we pour acrylic over it. So it takes a long time to make one of those.
It's amazing because you're building up layers of acrylic. You're building the whole shape of everything, lathing it, making it actually functional.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they work. Trust me.
Yeah.
They work.
And can you show people just really quick? Okay, can I tell you just really quickly? I lathed fountain pens in my 20s for a fabricator a long time, like another lifetime. This is fascinating to me. This another lifetime. But how do you, a common question I know comes up for you, how do you refill them? Are they refillable?
Oh, yeah. Like I said before, the ball points, all we do is just unscrew it. And this is a standard Parker style refill. And all you do is you can get that at Office Max, Staples, anywhere, and do that. The roller balls, the same thing. I think this is a roller ball. We'll find out in a second.
I know you have a lot of fountain pens too, right?
Well, the fountain, the fountain pen, if you have your own ink, you can draw your own ink up with the converter in here. And if you don't have your own ink, you can take this out, and they have little cartridges that just pop in there. Cool. And we have all of this on the website. So we have all different colors ink on there. If somebody wants, green or red or purple or whatever, we've got, all different all different color ink as well.
So you're the one. So we don't need to go to Amazon. We go to
please don't go to Amazon. Please.
Thank you. So you're like the one-stop shop for this. So I love that you've thought of it all. You've really taken care of us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. You guys, we are at the end, and I just want to say thank you again for being here. It's just, what a pleasure, everybody. This is always so fun to learn from all the different stories and everybody sharing their incredible work. We are going to draw 6 raffle prizes. But before we do that, we just want to say that we recognize the challenges artists are facing without shows, and people have asked us how to help. The easiest way to help us and artists, a small business, if you fall in love with our art parties, is to come back again and enjoy. And please invite your friends. We love filling up the parties. We love showing art to new people. And we're trying to grow our community at artpartycentral.org. And we also have social media. You can follow us there. You can follow all the artists here as well. They're super active on social media. That means Pinterest, Facebook, and Instagram. And we're loving having this platform to connect again, and can't wait to see it grow with your help. The other thing we can do is stay in touch with our artist friends. That means being on our email list, being on the Art Party Central email list as well, and to engage in those social media platforms. Just a like sometimes means the world to us, and we cannot express how wonderful it is just for you to be here and show up and listen to us. Thank you. So I want to say also, please feel free to unmute yourselves and turn your camera on. We're getting to our party part of the party, and we are ready to draw some raffle tickets. Are you guys ready for some $50 gift certificates? Yes. Okay. Woo! Okay. Game on. We're gonna have a toast, everybody. I'm super excited. Okay. Our first winner. And before we get started, I want to say, when I call the names, please do pop your email into the chat, or email us directly or DM the admin if you're not comfortable having people see your email, because we want to be able to send you the codes to your websites and make sure you get the $50 gift certificate. So let's get started. Our first winner for Ekologic is Kat Bowman. Woo! Kat. Don't forget to put that email in there so we give you that code.
Thank you.
And our second winner for tonight for Serve Kindness is Michael Hazlitt.
Oh,
Michael, welcome. And congratulations. Our third winner for Merzatta is Diane Rooney.
Oh,
Diane, congratulations. Oh, you guys. Okay. Ooh, awesome. Okay. Our fourth winner for PoshFELT is Mary Dunn. Mary Dunn, you have won. You have won. You are the winner.
Mary Dunn won.
Yes. Our fifth winner tonight for Karla Gudeon, Art and Design, is Melissa S.
Melissa S.
We definitely need your emails if you have S as your last name. We don't know who you are. Thank you. Okay, our sixth and final winner, but you guys are all winners, don't forget that. Our sixth winner is for BG Art Forms, Anne Marie and Daryl B.
Yay!
Yay! You guys, yay. And because you guys are all winners and we want to make sure we show our appreciation. Everybody that tonight is getting a 10% code to all the websites represented tonight. So that is a party from us. The art party code is artparty1117. We are going to email that to you. We're going to email everybody with their codes and their gift certificates. So you do not need to remember everything. We're going to send all the websites as well, so you won't forget who was here. Wow. Awesome. You guys, thank you so much for being here. Again, I'm Megan Patrice Riley. It was my pleasure to host you. We are open to chatting. Ask your questions. Turn your cameras on. Unmute yourself. We'd love to
tell everyone what the next party's going to be.
Yes. Oh, yes. And we have 2 more parties this week. You guys, we're getting super rolling, and the holiday season is upon us. Oh my gosh. It is. I mean, this has been so amazing. And our next party for Thursday, we're having a double header with Laura B Designs, awesome handbags, Swan and Stone Millinery. Sam is represented here with amazing hats. The Wearable Garden, hand dyed or natural dyed silks and clothing. Stone Crop Beadworks, which is jewelry. Suchi Pottery, and Natural Sur Organic Jewelry. That's for Thursday. Then we have Saturday, another double header. So we're bringing in some more days. We have Karla Gudeon again, Art and Design. Woo! And we have Monique Rancourt Jewelry, awesome. And Francesca Vitali Paper Jewelry, amazing. Me, Megan Patrice Riley, I'll be showing some more. I'll be showing my work. And we have Audrey Modern, more handbags. And then internal fireglass, glass sculpture. So we have a lot more planned. This is just this week. We have next week planned. We have the whole season planned. Please sign up. We'd love to host you. Thanks, you guys. Open it up. Let me know if you have any questions. I know we did not answer all the questions in the chat. Yeah. So we are here.
Can serve kindness bowls be microwaved if you put food in them?
Ooh, good question. Jillian.
Unfortunately, not. Yeah. But they are food safe. So you could microwave your food in something else and then put it in a beautiful serve kindness dish.
Gotcha.
Serve it.
Yeah. There you go.
More for serving, but
Always.
okay.
Okay. My father makes Jello in them.
That's a great idea. Different color Jellos and the complementing.
And he puts chips in it at lunch, so it's like, oh look. So it's not that many chips. Yeah. Yeah.
Food portion control. Yes.
Jello might be too much cooking for the man that asked that question.
We love it when customers send us how they use their bowls or what they have in their bowls. And my dad sends me like a picture every day of what he made himself for lunch. And,
Oh, so cute.
I send Karla food pictures all the time.
That's a great question. I love that. You also, but they can go, they're not great for super hot, but they're not great to be frozen, but you can't put them in the fridge.
oh yeah, yeah. You can have ice cream in them, and you can have soup in them, and all that kind of stuff.
I love the trinket bowl idea though. Like I'm always like, you could tell I need a spot for my rings. So that's.
Oh my God, I got one right on the side of my sink.
Yeah.
And decorative. And the candles was so cute that you showed us that. I love that.
I love those.
Decor too. And sometimes people will prop them up if they have a mantle, like they'll even prop them up like we have them on the shelves here. And you know, put them on a low table, but I just have them out like in the summer with the when we go to the farmer's market. I have like 3 or 4 on my counter, and when I come back from the farmer's market, like all the vegetables just get kind of tossed in those bowls until I clean them and put them away or whatever.
It's beautiful and functional. I think that's so nice. You know, it's so simple too what you do. It's really one bowl, but you've done it in so many different, you've done it in all these different colors. So you get to play with these combinations, which makes it more modular and personal.
Mix and match is super fun. And then another great way to use it, my favorite way, is to put them in down the center of your table with floating candles in them, and you can mix and match the colors, and you've decorated your table, and you've done really not a lot to get there.
And you've supported great causes and an artist. So,
Yeah.
you know.
I like it. I like that you've also thought about pairing them so you have the trays already, kind of getting people to think that way, right?
Those are the biggest sellers of the trays.
Yeah, people love to have a tray, and then even if they have like 6 bowls or something, they can always swap them in, and they like it because they're easy to carry to the table or put out on for cocktails, and
can be used.
It makes it almost like a cohesive dining piece. It makes it into a bigger piece. That's cool. Yeah. How fun.
Hey, I wanted to shout out to Kate Bowman, who got the certificate for Ekologic. And Kate, I want to say, if you need any help, like a virtual appointment or something to figure out, please, I am totally available to do that. You can sort of tell me what you like, and I'll help you walk through the line and get.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations. Okay, all the way. It's so fun. So when people win.
Yes. Well, I don't recognize Kat, so I think that she may have never seen me in person. So I wanted to extend that, which I think we all do that, and just so everyone knows, if you do want to learn personally more about our work, don't hesitate to reach out to us. I mean, it's what we do, and we love to share it with you.
And we do, and I mean, Kathleen, you do make such unique things, and nothing is ever replicated. So sometimes getting those perfect choices that are not always on the website is a nice little sneak.
Absolutely.
I've gotten special things made. So not right now, like January, but that's possible too.
Or tune in to my Wednesdays live, and you'll get to see what I made the week before.
Yep, I'll be on. Thank you.
Cool. Diane Rooney is our gift card winner, and Diane, I see you're pretty close by, so don't feel like you have to use that online. You can come right to the store if you want to.
Ooh, that's very so you are doing in-person appointments, Danielle? How is that?
I'm a regular open store. We are
Cool.
5 days a week, and actually 6, but unofficially on Sundays. They don't hold to it in case they don't want to come. But yeah, no, it's just a regular store. So our governor has tightened restrictions a little bit as of this morning, actually, but we are under 10. And so as long as you have less than 10 people in person, they're still okay by the state, and we never have more than 6. So we're fine.
Awesome. That's so nice.
Thus far, hold your breath.
Well, how special, because there's not a lot of in-person retail. So it's nice that you've been able to work with that and manage it. Perfect timing.
Yeah, I think it'll be fun, especially those cups. You got to be, to get to the cups.
The wall of cups, Laura. I know you're dying, but honestly,
sorry about
the jewelry for me is the total candy, but the cups are they're just gorgeous. I love how you displayed it. it's so fun that you're offering it to your whole website, which you have different craft artists as well.
So the cups are not though. So I have not yet embraced shipping mugs.
I agree.
They're really exceptional hand-built pieces. A lot of Aaron Kim's work is here, who is like a really
I
fine.
love Aaron. I love.
And one ceramist I bought from this year shipped a lot of work and 90% of it was broken, and she had her assistant ship it, and then she left town. And so it really scarred me from shipping ceramics. So it's going to take me a minute to be willing to.
But I'm also going to say, as generous as your offer is for everything in the store, there's nothing like wearing a piece of Merzatta. And
that's
so
right.
I'm not the jewelry.
If they don't have one, should be actual Merzatta jewelry.
Just an opinion. Can we see more rings? I know we saw. Can we see some more rings? Can we just try stuff on for everybody, please? I want to see.
Are you in a
more
gold
purses.
mood? Are you in a gold mood or a silver mood?
I'm in a gold mood.
In a gold mood. Okay.
Always.
So
I feel like you're always in a gold mood.
Hello. I don't do
over here.
I don't do black and metal, you guys. It doesn't work for me.
I was never a gold girl until I got engaged, and then I was like, I'm gonna get the real gold.
It looks good on you too.
By the way,
it looks beautiful.
For anyone that doesn't know, one of the women speaking is the amazing Laura Candell, and she is Art Party Central's administrator and the best thing that ever happened to us. And she
Thank you, Karla.
She has her own Instagram blog called oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Modern
Handmade Design.
I got it. Modern Handmade Design. I just had a brain fart for 30 seconds, but there we go. But Modern Handmade Design, you'll see amazing things. Laura's face level cannot be compared.
Thank you.
She definitely is. I think you posted some Aaron Kim.
Yes, I own a piece too. Not one of the sculptures, but
just the rings, just the
Yeah,
that gold. 18K?
Solid 18K.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I
can tell.
This represents an interesting small business investment during global pandemic. So we decided that one of the things we would do would be to build as much of our work in 18 karat as we could while gold was rising.
Yeah.
Which we'll see if that was a good gamble or not.
I think, I'm going to say yes. I did that in 2008 and it worked.
Yeah. Here's another pretty cool one of a kind. It's an Australian opal.
Oh,
that's beautiful.
It's actually an exceptional.
Not your grandma's opal.
Not your grandma's opal. Anyway, that's kind of a fun.
Those golds.
That's a great hand. I'll take it. Wrap it up.
And so each of those different bands has a different element that you're drawing from.
Yes. So I don't know. This represents a lot of different organic forms. So this is these are all core collection pieces that will make again anytime at any size that I've committed to as part of something that I don't want you to ever feel any pressure about. I want you to feel this will be available to you as long as we are working in this collection, which we hope lasts a long time. However, go for the gold. If you're thinking about it, if you're somebody who believes the price is going to go up a lot, then, you should always land into the gold. But also if you buy the silver, let's say you want to trial a ring like this, because it's a big commitment, right? But maybe it's the perfect ring for you. If you decide you want to upgrade that into a solid gold, you can trade that in and buy that back and put it towards your gold piece.
Buyback program. Brilliant. Very Eileen Fisher. I love it.
Yeah, Danielle, can you make a custom foot shape pen for me to give as a gift?
Custom what?
Foot shape pen. Foot shape.
Anything you want. We can make it.
Big surprise.
So good at rolling with it.
Stop.
I'm sure that Barry has some sort of.
I know, Barry. I know. Show us more.
Pen.
No, Barry.
I've got
anybody's wondering.
I've got things working though.
Surgical, all the medical. You have so many. I see doctors still writing prescription. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
They definitely still need pens.
Oh yeah. I sell a lot to doctors and lawyers.
I still write my
legal documents
I still write my prescriptions with pens.
So I mean, pens are not about need, right? This is about
nothing's about need.
In fact, let's get the need conversation off the table.
It's almost like pens are going to become such a rarity that having your own is critically important. So it's kind of a really amazing investment to.
Yes,
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
See how beautiful.
As an artist, I draw a lot, and I have to have nice. I have to have nice things to draw. It's important.
I just feel better writing when I pick up my Barry pen. I think of what a great.
Karla, I love you.
No, and it's so beautiful, and it matches all my clothes and my lipsticks, and it's.
I'm telling you, I want to do one with you for your books. Seriously, I've done a lot with artists that actually paint. They paint the tube, and then I take the tube and encase it in the acrylic.
So how great, like writing in a notebook with like a pen like that, but he's talking about putting my artwork in it, so I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do your elephants. You could put your elephant on there. We could do that.
RBG.
Yeah.
RBG. Every time.
That'd be
I love that.
So fun.
Wait, what else? What other things should we like try on, you guys? Anybody else want to see stuff? Should we start calling people out? Hey, what's up?
I think Megan's had half a beer now, and she's like, "All right, guys, let's party."
I will be in New York at you now. Okay.
Maureen, did you show us how you can change the handles on the bags, the straps on the bags? Did you show us that this time?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay. I was working on other things right now. Sorry.
Yeah,
we're trying to help Barry at that point. So,
all you have to do is just unsnap the strap. Can you see that?
Yeah,
it's so smart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thanks. I stay up at night. Well, I don't sleep, so I get up at 2.
Does anybody sleep right now?
No,
I don't.
I'm up at 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock every single morning. And I start thinking. So did you see that? That was super easy.
Yeah, that's
and you have different
now
you can
I'm
buy
in a
multiple
hot pink mood,
right?
because I finished a beer. So
the evening parties are always a little more unpredictable because everybody's like, yes, it's after 5.
I did promise you, Laura, I was not going to drink a martini. That was beer in my martini glass.
Yes.
And it was
a
light
good move.
Wait, so
but do you see how different the bag looks? I mean,
yeah.
And then I didn't change both. So just
I like it 2 different colors too.
So
that's cute also.
I have a lot of clients that do that. They buy 2 straps, but they wear, that complement one another, and then that's how they wear it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that too. That's fun. That's very fun.
So you can do whatever you want. And
how hard is the vegan leather to switch to? Because that's such a different fabric, right? From we've done felt for so long.
I absolutely love the felt, but I also listen to my customers, and they're not everyone. Some people are allergic to wool, and people, just don't understand the properties of it, or, they just wanted something different. So I do listen, and then I tried it and I actually liked it. So I don't know. I just have to keep expanding.
That's great.
My the shape of the bags, they're very simple, but believe it or not, they're complex because they really have to hold the weight of the hardware. They have to be ultra lightweight, but they have to be sturdy. So there's a lot involved.
Oh yeah.
In designing a bag.
Yeah. And actually that was one of the questions that did come in. Someone had asked what is the weight of the bags? Like, especially with the hardware, the bags in the back there, the new vegan one. Yeah.
This bag weighs, no, I'm sorry, not 13. This bag weighs 14.5 ounces, 14 and a half ounces. So less than a pound. And it's a large tote.
Yeah. And the vegan pocketbooks, the more what's the weight on those?
These are 4.5 ounces.
Wow. Whoa. Like nothing.
light, super lightweight.
Even with all that hardware. Okay, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, 4.5 ounces, which I'm really proud of, because it's very difficult to do that and include unique hardware and not bring you down, because bags can be heavy. So I make the light ones.
I love it. That's very functional. I like the test drive, that you test drive everything and adapt and add new pieces.
I have to. I mean, in the summer I go sailing, and all the bags get wet, and I want everyone to enjoy their bag, and I want it to last for a very long time. So if I do all that testing beforehand and it doesn't work, well, then I'll make it work. I'll find some way to, fix my initial design. So
it's all about being flexible and adapting. I feel like this is a little bit part of that. So thank you so much. That's awesome. Yes.
I'd like to be here. It's a lot of fun.
So now that we're a small group, maybe people need to help advise